Hello and welcome to another Cuppa with Kaci, and welcome back. So today's video is going to be a fun one because I just got something in the mail. Ta-da! We're going to do an unboxing today, so let's just move this over to the side and get into it. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so this is so exciting. I don't know what month this is. Oh wait, there you go. November. Because I live down in Australia, and this is obviously a UK subscription box. It takes over a month to get to me, so hence I just got the November box in the mail. So we'll be a month behind, so you'll probably see these boxes done by other people on YouTube before I get them. But I don't mind because I'm like super excited to do this. So let's get into it. Ooh. We got the stick. Oh my goodness, we got paints. Ooh, okay, so this is the sticker, which is really pretty, and I really like it. Eee. Okay, we'll put that up there. We've got the menu, a Derwent Graphite pencil, which has a little paintbrush, which I'm assuming means, I don't know if you can see that it is a water-soluble pencil, so it's probably going to be fun to paint with. It almost looks glittery, but I think it's just because it's graphite. So that's in Midnight Black. I got a little candy. Let's have a taste. Sweet. I was expecting it to be mintier than that. It looks minty. I shall eat that in a moment when I'm not recording my voice. Okay, and these are the paints I got. Excuse me, Pippa. Graphite paint pan set. Fancy. See, I don't normally like Derwent, but that's just because I'm entitled. Every time I've had a Derwent product, I haven't liked how it's worked. But I've never tried graphite paint before, so this should be fun. We got Graphite paint pan pocket set. So it's a little color swatchy, and this is really weird. Are they like leads that have been put into a pan instead of using, yeah, huh, cool. So according to the menu, the Derwent Graphite paint pan set includes 12 pans of water-soluble paint made from a unique blend of graphite and a hint of colour. So they're effectively watercolour pencils, but lead pencils with colour in them. That's cool. So they're going to be very muted tones. Cute. And we got some watercolour paper with it. Ooh, this is the print, which I think is meant to be that way up. Kind of makes me think of like a winter scene with trees on a lake, and that's sort of the reflection, though that makes no sense. I don't know, it's pretty though. Look at that. Look at the way the colours have moved. And that is Claudia Drexage. I don't know if I've said that right, but hey-ho, from Germany. Check out their social media stuff if you can read it. I don't know if you can. Well, that's cool. That can go up there. Go up there, live up there. And this is the Langton mold made watercolor paper. It's cold pressed, so it's got texture, which I don't normally like, but actually no, I do normally like it, but I've gotten used to using hot press recently for my fancy paints. So this could be fun. I'm excited. Let's do some swatching. I'm just gonna move my handy dandy sketchbook out of the way for a moment. Put you up there. And we'll do some swatching. So this is also the zine It comes in every box. It's got some in-depth information about... It is mint with a soft fondant center. See, it's gluten-free and vegan, which is great, but I don't like fondant, so we'll see how that goes down. This has more information on the artist and tips on how to use the... I just got distracted by all this pretty art. Look at this. I love that kitty cat. Art supplies. Tips on how to use the art supplies. You guys are so talented. I love that. Gotta love some miraculous ladybug. And it's like information and stuff. Cute. Cute. So, this has a little Derwent discount code, which you guys are welcome to use. I won't be using it, because, like I said, not a fan of Derwent. But, gives you 15% off the Derwent store using the coupon code, and it's valid until 31st of December. So Derwent 15, all capitals, do it. Get yourself some art supplies. It's Christmas, treat yourself. Anyway, let's take this little... I did all that, and it's perforated on the back. True Kaci fashion. Get it out bin. Okay, I need to fill this up with water. I don't want to get up. I don't want to wake the baby. It's my handy dandy drink bottle, filled with 100% water. Don't mind me. I shall not drink out of this anymore. Fill, my pretty, fill. Oh, I dropped it. Oh no! Oh no, we have lost our paintbrush. Can you even see that? It's floating in my water bottle. Come on. Come on, I don't want to tip my water everywhere. I'll be back. There's now water in this, and it's not floating in my water bottle. So, as well as the fact that I don't really like Derwent, not a huge fan of these watercolor paint brushes, travel-y ones, because I don't like that I can't control how much water is coming out very well. But this is a travel set, so it's handy dandy to have it in there. I do have a travel paintbrush, and I just take a little bottle of water with me if I'm going anywhere, because I don't get on with these. So this will be a fun video for you guys to watch me struggle. But come here, pencil. Let's get to swatching. So we got nice, apparently midnight black color. Looks, oh no, when I press on it kind of looks black. I can see that. I was gonna say it just looks graphite-y, but I suppose it's a graphitin, so it's meant to be graphite with a hint of color, so it's a muted black. Oh, the pushy thing's right down here. Oh, see, it comes out the side. I don't like it. Okay, let's see how well this water-soluble pencil goes. Ooh, it looks nice. Let's see if I can get rid of the lines, you know, the edges. See if I can smooth out those strokes. Words, my gosh, I struggle when I'm trying to do art. Ooh, do not like this paintbrush. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not bad. And then let's clean my paintbrush on this handy dandy sponge right here. Okay, then I know it gave us a little swatch sheet so we can see what they're supposed to look like, but whether or not they actually look like that is another matter. So let's just test it out. So the swatching is pretty straightforward. It's just, you know, get the colour, swatch it on the paper, smudge it out a little bit, see how it looks. And yeah, very simple. The colours were very muted. I didn't find that they looked at all like the little swatch sheet thingamabob that came with them. Definitely not the port one, at least that one was very vibrant on the piece of paper, and in like person it's very muted and dull. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say about that part of it. I
had little to no idea what I wanted to actually draw for this one. I just, given that it was Scrawlbox, I was so excited that it showed up, and I wanted to, I wanted to use it, and I wanted to do a video of it, and that's why I resubscribed to Scrawlbox after cancelling my subscription last year. I thought, since, 'tis the season and all, I would do something relatively Christmas based. So I came up with this little idea of a kind of reindeer girl sort of character. And I, yeah, I don't know. I did this little reindeer girl, and then I scribbled a curly Christmas tree. So that's what I ended up doing. The character itself's not got a whole lot of thought behind it. Just sort of wanted to draw a deer girl. I realized yesterday, like, I recorded this about a week ago, um, and watched one of Casey Golden's videos yesterday, and she did a deer girl in her video, and I was like, oh gosh darn it, I copied Casey again. Now Casey and Casey were doing the same thing, and it's all my fault because but yeah. I wanted to draw a deer girl. I wanted it to be relatively Christmassy because, it's Christmas, and what's Christmas if not reindeers, And I don't really draw animals, so I put antlers on a girl. And that would be the baby. I will be back momentarily. And I'm back. The baby's back to sleep. We can continue. I sketched everything out using my Prismacolor color erase pencil because with the Graphite lead pencil that came with it, obviously that's water soluble as well, so I didn't want to do all the sketch in that and then have it sort of bleed out into all the painting, because that would just look messy and gross and horrible, and so I did the sketching in my, I think this one's just called Purple Prismacolor color erase pencil. As you saw previously, I did a tiny little thumbnail of sort of what I wanted it to look like, and then just sort of went from there. I didn't bother trying to draw it out bigger. I just kind of winged it. I was in a creative mood and couldn't be bothered spending more time than necessary on this, like, brainstorming process, because originally I had planned on using my sketchbook to sketch in this, but I just kind of wanted to get right into it and play with the paints, and my sketchbook isn't really good with wet media, so I didn't want to play around with them in my sketchbook, so I just did it straight onto the watercolor paper that was provided, and I'm really happy with the paper. I think it's really nice. I would love to try it with my more expensive watercolor paints, my core watercolor paints, or even try my inks on it. That might be fun. Maybe a future video will revolve around that. But for now, we're doing this one with the Scrawlbox stuff. I think the only things I used that weren't from the Scrawlbox were the Prismacolor pencil, my eraser, obviously. And I think I came through with a white gel pen at the end as well, just because everybody knows a white gel pen is kind of key. It just makes everything pop when you add those little tiny bits of highlight and stuff. So I went away, I got my palette and my water jars and decided that I was going to, I say use everything in the box. I use my own paintbrushes because you're mad if you think I'm going to use the travel one. The paintbrush pen thingos, I just don't get the control that I like to have, so I use my own paintbrushes. So that's another thing that I did. I struggled a little bit with mixing colours for this piece because they're all, the Graphite paints are like a mix of graphite and then a colour hue. They are hard to mix. I had trouble putting the pink-ish one over the top of the skin tone-ish one for this blush color because all that was coming through was the graphite. It was really frustrating because like I got the face looking nice and then I tried to add this blush and it just went grey and I was like, why'd you do this to me? Thankfully the Prismacolor pencil underneath did add a little bit of warmth to everything as well, so that was nice. That's kind of why I like using them, especially on something that I tend to sketch in colours that I intend to use for the piece so that it sort of brings it all together with one overall tone. That was my stomach growling. If you heard that, I do apologise. I just had a snack and it's going, yum, 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 thank you for the food. Okay, yeah, that was weird, sorry. So I did this kind of cute little capelet thing on her because I wanted it to sort of look wintry and snug, and my knowledge of fashion is pretty poor, to be honest. I don't know a whole lot about fashion, so I just went with this cute capelet thing. I know some artists down here in South Australia called Button Fox, and they make homemade like capelets in like with fluff and fox ears on and deer patterns and Pokemon based ones and all this cool stuff, and they're really, really talented and I absolutely love their work. I have a few sets of their drop crotch shorts because they're just so damn comfortable, and their capelets are stunning, and that's sort of where I got the inspiration for the capelet for this character. I think they literally just did a deer one and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's perfect for this character. So yeah, I pretty much did that. It doesn't look exactly like my capelet, the one I did here, because I'm too lazy for the details, but it's really nice, and I will link them below and you can go check them out because they're really good and you should buy from them because everything's handmade and homemade and incredible quality and just really thought out and really pretty and really nice, and you should go look at it. But for now, I'm painting a Christmas tree. And it was sort of like a happy accident that I couldn't get the green colour to sort of blend out because it created this really nice texture that looks very Christmas tree-y. And I really kind of like how it looks. It's not what I intended on doing, but it works. I struggled with these paints. I'm going to say it's because they've got graphite in them, so they don't react kind of how I expect them to. And they cling a bit more to the paper and don't blend as easy. And sometimes you get like a pool of graphite of just plain grey and then there's colour around it and you're trying to blend it out. So I need to be a bit more lenient with these. They're not meant to be for full illustrations with bright colours. They are very muted tones and I was trying to get more bright tones out of them, which, you know, is my mistake. But hey ho, got there in the end. I did end up diluting them with water so that they'd be a bit paler as well, which kind of helped a little bit, but at the same time sometimes made the graphite more noticeable and the colour hue less noticeable. So, you know, oops. The trousers for this character, I sort of took inspiration from a video of Drawing with Waffles did recently with the sort of stripes on the knee and the patterns on the side. I think it was her recent Art Snacks box one where she did a space-related image. Don't remember. But she had some cool trousers on that character and they had stripy knees and I was like, I want to do that. So I did. And my knowledge of like interesting fashion, a lot of it comes from watching Drawing with Waffles videos because she does some really interesting clothing designs and stuff because she actually looks up references and I'm bad for that, you know? I really should look up more references, but I was watching a video and I didn't want to have to flip to Pinterest whilst I was watching this video because it's too much annoyance. And if you're wondering, the video is Bailey Sarian's Murder, Mystery and Makeup Monday videos, so I'm listening to some true crime whilst I'm painting this cute reindeer girl and it was really sort of morbid, but it was fun. And she does her makeup at the same time as talking about true crime stories. And I'm not really interested in makeup, But I'm interested in true crime stories because I am studying to be a forensic psychologist, so, I'm not completely insane. Completely. I struggled with this colour. I don't remember which one it is. As you can see, it's the second in from the right at the top. But I really struggled getting it to be smooth. I don't know if I just wasn't putting enough water on the brush and I was grabbing too much pigment and then it wasn't blending out, but it was so hard to make it look nice. I would have killed for a really nice red in this piece too, because I wanted some red baubles on the tree and just some red ribbon on that present, and it just couldn't do it because the red was not red enough, and it wasn't even meant to be red. It was sort of supposed to be brown anyway, so yeah, my own fault. But I came in with that sort of mud browny red colour there and did some details and some shading and coloured in the baubles and the Christmas tree. And lined the eyes and added some freckles and all that good stuff. And then I realised, after colouring the whole thing in, that I didn't actually use the Graphite pencil at all. So I decided that I was going to use that for the line art of this piece. I had originally planned on just using the black paint and painting it on, but I was like, well, I haven't used that pencil, and I always tend to like how it looks when I line things with pencil, so I sharpened it up and got to it. And it was alright. It was, it's a pencil. I think because it's graphite, it's just too shiny. And under my light, I was just seeing more silver than I was seeing the black that it was supposed to be. And I didn't find the lines were dark enough. But, that's something I can fix next time I do an image like this, I guess. Just use a different liner. I tried to do some shading and stuff with the pencil just to make it look a bit more dynamic. But, I don't know, I just struggled. Obviously, being that it was a water-soluble pencil, the lead was quite soft, so it was hard to keep it sharp, to make the lines nice and crisp, and again, it was just shining under the light, so it didn't look like the lines were dark. It looked like they were lighter than the colour, and I dropped the pencil, lighter than the colours that it was supposed to be lining, and it just, I'm not fond of it, but I'd already started, and I was like, well, I can't do half of it in this pencil and half of it in something else, so I just powered through. It doesn't look too bad. It's just, I would have liked the lines to be a bit darker, I think, because the whole thing is all very just like one tone over the whole thing. And that's, I think, because everything has graphite in it. So everything, it's very graphite-y, grey and dull, and not a whole lot of vibrancy and pop to this piece. I'd still like it. I think it's cute. It's Christmassy. I had fun doing it, which is always important. But yeah, I think just the layout and the colour choices, just it could have been a lot better if I had thought it out more. And that's why we sketch and do brainstorming before we just jump right in. But as we all know, I did a Kaci and I just winged it, and it's not as good as it could have been, and I'm sorry about that, but I did have fun, and I got to test out this scroller box, and I'm honestly so excited that I got paints in the first one that I got, because last time I had a subscription to scroller box, I was just getting all this stuff that I would never use, and I know the idea of subscription boxes is to make you try things that you wouldn't normally buy yourself, but I got one that was just straight up stationery, like biros, and I have plenty of biros. How am I meant to make art with this, So I cancelled my subscription because I just wasn't happy with what I was getting. And then I just thought, since I'm sort of redoing this YouTube video thing, I always enjoy watching unboxings. So I thought, you know what, I'll get one or two, see how we go. If I don't get anything that I think is, worth the money, then I'll just cancel my subscription again. And I'm even though with a Derwent, and I don't really get on with Derwents, I had fun with the paints, and I'll probably use them again in a different sort of style. So this is the finished image. Thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. And I will see you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.